Hey guys, so as you can see, I am wearing no makeup. I am fresh faced because today we are going to do a full face first impressions makeup tutorial. These are one of my favorite videos to do just because I get to try out new products with you guys. I feel like you guys get to see that initial reaction. Quickly, I did also want to address the echo in the room. As you guys know, I have just moved. I'm still kind of moving in. It's such a long process to decorate everything. My beauty room is definitely not done yet, so I actually did put up curtains yesterday, so that should help with the sound, but I did get sheer curtains, so it's not gonna help too much. I'm actually waiting for my beauty room rug to ship in the mail, so there's no rug in here yet, barely any furniture. This room is kind of still empty. I'm not finished decorating it at all yet. So that's why there is a little bit of an echo. I did just literally throw a random rug on the floor, hoping that it absorbs some sound. So hopefully you guys can just bear with me and kind of ignore the echo a little bit in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. The first product that I want to try out is definitely a very popular product, and it is the Nivea Men Aftershave Balm. A lot of people, this is the sensitive skin version by the way, a lot of people have been using this as a primer because of Nikki tutorials. She kind of started the hype on this, so I'm really excited to test it out actually. It does smell like men's cologne, so I'm curious. I don't know how much I'm going to use. I'm going to use the same amount I would a regular primer. Okay, so the texture of it I like because it makes me feel like I'm putting on a moisturizer, which oddly enough, I have oily skin, but I love moisture. It's so weird. I have oily skin, but give me that moisture though. You know what I mean? I love matte products, but I never want my face to feel dry. So I love a primer that has a little bit of that moisture texture. But what I love about this is it's moisturizing, but it has a sticky glue feeling. It almost feels like it's sticky. But I don't really smell it on my face at all right now, so that's a good sign. I'm curious to see how it's gonna work as a primer, but I gotta say, it just on my face alone, I really like the feeling of it. It almost feels like I applied a sticky base without being too sticky. It doesn't feel like I legit put glue on my face, but it does feel like I have a little bit of a sticky primer. So moving on to foundation, I did just purchase a new foundation that I obviously haven't tried yet. I am going to be showing this in my Sephora haul, which I think my Sephora haul is going up before this video anyways, so that's a good thing. You guys probably already seen this, but this is the Stila Aqua Glow Serum Foundation. So this is in the shade medium. So to try it out, I'm going to take my brush. I like to test out foundations first with the brush because beauty blenders tend to dilute the foundation a little bit, make it a little bit more watery, a little bit more natural, a little bit more dewy looking. So to get the true finish, I always test it out first with a brush. I kind of feel like it's bad news testing out a primer for the first time and a foundation for the first time together because I wouldn't know if it's the foundation or the primer that I like or both, you know what I mean? So it might be bad news, but before I give my full opinion, I will test them out separately and do more of an in-depth testing. Sorry, I was just smelling it. I'm a big smeller. I love to smell things, so if something smells weird, I will it doesn't smell weird though, it actually smells quite nice. It smells super fresh, which is really nice. Okay, I really like this foundation. And the color is perfect. Do you guys see how nice that looks? It's natural, but with the amount that I put on, I got a good, full-ish. I wouldn't say it's whoa, that's full, but it's definitely not medium. It's medium to full. The texture is really nice. It's super smooth. It almost feels like it has a primer mixed in it. You know what I mean? A smoothing primer mixed in. I don't know if it's the primer that I'm loving now. This is what I was saying to you guys. I don't know if it's a bad idea to try a new primer and a new foundation together because then it's kind of confusing, but all I can say right now is I am digging this. Digging this right now. Right now I can tell the foundation's just sticking to my face. It's just give me the foundation. You know what I mean? It's just going on and staying there, and I'm obsessed right now. I love this foundation right now. It looks so beautiful and dewy. This is gonna be the foundation for the summer. What's funny is I'm looking in the viewfinder and it doesn't look as full coverage as it does in the mirror. Like in the mirror right now, it looks like medium to full, and then in the viewfinder, it looks like medium. So we're gonna move on to concealer. I don't have a new concealer to use, but I do have one that I haven't used in so long, but I love. So this is the Maybelline Insta Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Treatment Concealer. Totally forgot to wet my beauty blender. I love using Beauty Blender for my concealer, and I completely forgot to wet it, and I'm too lazy to go to the bathroom. Actually, I should just get up right now and wet it. Let me go do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna use it to blend out the concealer. Honestly, I don't know if you guys can see how amazing this looks right now, but this foundation though, like, you know when you just like fall in love with the new product? I'm like there right now. I love this new foundation. Okay, so now for setting the face, I don't really have any new products that I've gotten recently, but I do have some products that I got a while back and I never got a chance to try. I'm kind of like not wanting to set my face because it looks so pretty and dewy, but with my oily skin, you guys know I can't get away with like not setting my foundation, so I might as well just suck it up and get it over with. With dewy foundations, what I like to do is skip the cheekbones so that I can still keep that dew, but I still need to set the rest of the face. So I have this Makeup Forever HD loose powder, translucent powder sample that I got from Sephora like a while ago, and I never tried it. I've never ever tested this powder before, like I've never used it. I know it's a couple people's favorites. Then for underneath the eye, you guys know I like to use a yellow setting powder. I do love the OFRA banana translucent powder, no, the OFRA banana, let me just grab it for you guys. This one right here, the OFRA banana powder. Wow, that was a simple name and I made it so complicated. This one I love, but there's this one as well that's kind of like a loose version, but it's called Translucent Highlighting Luxury Powder. So I figured I'll just try it underneath the eye, see how it goes. But first I'm going to set the face. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my makeup desk here and test this out. I'm hoping it doesn't give a white cast because you guys know I hate that. We're good. No white cast so far. And I'm only gonna put a tiny bit of powder because like I said, I love the finish of this foundation, so I don't wanna ruin it. Feels super lightweight and finely milled though. Like my Laura Mercier one is a little bit heavier. Okay, so now moving on to the under eye. I'm gonna take a little bit of this powder. Okay, that is hella yellow, but it says translucent, so I'm thinking it's just gonna disappear. Hopefully. Just pat it in quickly. Hella yellow, but it's really brightening. I don't know if you guys can see how yellow that is though. It shows in person, like it looks like I have a yellow powder underneath the eye. I'm gonna have to fix that. Unless I like really pat it in right now. It's super brightening, but it's like really yellow though. Like I think if you were maybe 2 shades deeper of a skin tone than me, this would be perfection underneath your eye. But it seems like it's a little bit too dark of a yellow, or I could have put too much on. Like here I'm gonna take less, so let's see how this goes. Yeah, so I put too much on. This works for me now, like putting a little less. This looks good. It's actually really brightening, which is nice. So I'm just gonna have to kind of match the other eye now though. So I actually really like that. It's actually really brightening. You just can't use a ton if you're like lighter complexion. If you're a little bit deeper, like more like medium to deep skin tone, this is perfect for you. It's very similar to the Ben Nye banana powder, which I have to give another shot now that I'm tanned. I tried it when I was pale and that powder did not work for me. So moving on to bronzer, I do not have a brand new bronzer that I haven't tested out yet, so I'm just gonna use an oldie but a goodie, a favorite of mine. This is the Smashbox Warm Matte Bronzer, and I'm just going to pop this on quickly and we're gonna move on to the next step. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but this is my favorite bronzer, but for some reason today it's going on super patchy. Like I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't know if it's because of my, like, I have a little bit of rosacea on the cheeks and maybe today I'm just having a bad skin day. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I think it might be the fact that I only used a little bit of setting powder. Because the Stila foundation is so like wet and dewy and like that type of texture, when you put a powder on top of that, the powder is going to adhere, you know what I mean? And it's gonna look patchy. So you always have to make sure you set really good on the cheek area with foundations, even any foundation. I probably should have used more setting powder in this area right here just so that the primer wasn't, sorry, just so that the foundation wasn't sticky still. But yeah, we're just gonna ignore that. I think that was like kind of a Amy malfunction error. Other than that, I wanted to make a note that, do you guys notice that I've put like so much powder on my face? Like I've done bronzer, I've done highlighting powder, I've done setting powder, and there's still like this undeniably beautiful glow to the skin. And I'm telling you, it's that foundation. Like it just gives a very beautiful angelic glow. So I love it. I feel like that's a great, this is like kind of random to say, but I feel like it's a great wedding foundation for a bride who likes a more natural, like pretty look. If you're the bride that wants like a pretty foundation, that's it right there. Because it would still provide coverage, you know what I mean? But it just wouldn't be like full on cake. I'm rambling at this point. So this is a new contour palette thingy from L'Oreal. It's the Pro Contour in the shade Medium. I was saying, I totally forgot to. Could have used this underneath the eye, but it's okay. I'll test it out another time. I'm going to try out this contour powder right here, hoping it works out. Kind of nervous. I'm very picky with my contour powders. This is how much it's on my brush. Just a little bit. Maybe I should take a little bit more. And I'm just going to try it. I'm kind of nervous, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Kind of looks patchy, and it shouldn't really look patchy because I already have bronzer on underneath. So the whole issue of the wet foundation and then powder thingy is already settled because I already have a bronzer on top. So it's a tiny bit patchy. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I just don't even really like it right now. It's just not tickling my pickle. Moving on to blush. Maybe I'll test this out more and like talk about it in, what month is it? February favorites. So stay tuned. But moving on to blush, I'm going to take this Gwen Stefani Urban Decay blush palette, which is so beautiful. Can we talk about this packaging though? Like, hello. So I feel like today I'm just gonna go for something neutral. I'm gonna just take this shade right here and pop it on. I'm hoping the texture is nice. I'm kind of picky with blush too. Yes, boo. I like that a lot. Very pigmented, very creamy, goes on nicely. I like that a lot. So moving on to highlight, there's this one product by OFRA that I have been seeing for like months. Like I think it's like Kathleen Lights likes this or something like that. And every time I've seen this, it just like caught my eye. And they actually sent it over to me maybe a month or two ago, but I just haven't had the chance to even test it out. So I'm finally getting a chance to try it. And how beautiful is this, right? Let me just give you guys the close-up right here. Like, beautiful or not? I'm really tempted to just use this shade right here, but it's super bronzy. I feel like it might be a little bit dark on me. But what I'm going to do is take it and mix it with the white one. Like mix it with this white stripe there. So pretty. Like super pretty. I like it better when I mix these two instead of the white. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I can't get over how patchy my bronzer looks. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't set it properly. At least I think that's what the issue is. So moving on to the brows, I actually do have a brand new brow product to test out today. Shocking, I know. I usually stick to my Anastasia Dip Brow. But for today, Anastasia actually came out with a new brow product, and this is the Anastasia Brow Definer. Mine is in the shade Dark Brown, which I think should work for me. I'm going to just go ahead and test it out. This has been like a star product for a lot of people. They've really been loving this. I'm excited. I'm just going to take the spoolie and brush out the brows. My brows are very like, it takes so long for me to do them because I have to like reshape them to match each other because they're like literally not even cousins right now. They're like freaking distant cousins. So I'm just going to use the flat end to kind of, that flat end just gives you that perfect line to like outline. Whew, Anastasia, you do it every time. You slay the game. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm going very light on the brows today. And that's just because whenever I try a new brow product, I'm always like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to just go full force on there. So just starting off light, starting off light. This makes it super easy for me to reshape my brow. Like over here in this brow, I kind of have to give it a little bit more shape. and it just makes it so easy. I'm just going to use this front edge to kind of feather the front. So moving on to the eyes, I'm going to try out a brand new primer. This is from Maybelline. This is the Master Prime Long Lasting Eyeshadow Base. This is actually a very similar product to like the MAC Pro Longwear. From what I could tell, I haven't obviously tested it on the eyes yet, but just by swatches, it's like kind of a cream formula. But what I can tell is it's a lot closer to the shade Painterly and not Soft Ochre. Like it's more pinky. Okay, so now that I'm blending it out, it has a very like silicone texture to it. Like it's very, very silky and smooth. It almost feels like one of those silicone based primers, which I don't know how I feel about that. I have oily eyelids, so for me, I would much rather prefer a drier product like the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I use that religiously because it's just a little bit drier. It's just good for my eyelids. But if you have like super dry eyelids, or if you have like a lot of creases, this might help to kind of work with that. I am definitely gonna take a little bit of that same OFRA powder and just kind of set that primer because it's super like slippery and greasy. If you weren't to set this, I could tell you right now that your eyeshadows would just like slip and slide all over the place on top of it. So that would not be cute. Okay, so moving on to eyeshadow, I'm really excited because you guys know I love my olive greens on the eyes, but I really want to test out this product. I have actually seen it in the drugstore for the past couple months and it always caught my eye, but I never purchased it. And then I recently did and I showed it in my drugstore haul and I'm just really excited about it. This is in the shade Desert Dazzle. I knew it was Desert something. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm kind of gonna wing this look, to be quite honest with you guys. This is simply just to try out these products. I'm not gonna do like the most different eye look in the entire world, but I'm gonna try to switch it up. I'm gonna try to switch it up today. Normally when I'm trying new products, I stick to the basics, like crease color, lid color, whatever, but I'm gonna try to do like something different today, and I'm gonna try to use no mattes on the eyes. Let's try to do something shimmery, because this eyeshadow palette I'm also gonna test out. This is the Covergirl Golden's TruNaked palette. There's barely no mattes in here. The only matte that's in here is this color, and it's way too cool tone for me. So I'm gonna try and just use all shimmers on the eyes today. Let's see how that works. Maybe what I will do is just go ahead and use this as a base right now. This is literally like gonna be very free-handed, random, and not planned at all. I'm gonna just go with the flow right now. So let's put this as a base. Super duper green. Like I said before in that video, it's more of a, I don't know how fast these dry, so I probably shouldn't have applied it on both eyes, but I'm going to take a Sigma medium shader, and I'm just going to kind of buff that out. So they don't dry too fast, which is good because it gives you time to work with them, but for future reference, I recommend doing one eye first and then the other one after. Shouldn't have put it on both eyes. That's such a beautiful color, right? I'm going to kind of blend this a little bit over here because once this dries, I know it'll be a biatch to blend out. So that's why I chose the medium shader brush, because the medium shader brush has a fluffy edge a little bit. So it's kind of easier to buff product out. Such a pretty color, right? Now I'm going to take the Sigma E25 brush and I'm going to take one of these. Let's see which one. I'm going to take the lighter one right here. Pop that all over and just kind of buff it out. I'm kind of pulling a Kylie Bybel today. Every time I watch Kylie Bybel's tutorials, it's funny because she rarely uses mattes in the crease. Like a lot of the time she doesn't shy away from using a shimmer shade in the crease, and that's total opposite of me. Like I've never used a shimmer in the crease. So I'm like, you know what, today I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna use a shimmer in the crease. So I'm gonna take this nice brown golden shade and we're gonna put it in the crease, even though it's super shimmery. Let's see how this goes. I'm kind of scared, guys. I've never ever put a shimmer in the crease before. This looks beautiful. Like the shade though, it's like a beautiful mossy, greeny brown. I'm going to take a little bit more of a fluffy brush, my favorite Morphe M504. And I'm just going to kind of buff everything out for now, and then I'll probably go back in. Picking up more of that brown shade, I'm just going to pop this in here. So I really like these eyeshadows. I mean, you guys can see for yourself, they're super pigmented. So for the inner corner, I'm actually gonna pop on this really pretty, like, shimmery, light yellow shade almost. And I'm just going to trinkle that right in here. Now for the lower lash line, I normally take a matte as well, but we're trying new things today. So I'm gonna take a pencil brush and I'm gonna dig into that same green, and I'm just going to pop it right under here. So going back into that super skinny fluffy brush, I'm gonna take the green and the brown again and just really kind of smoke this out. I feel like this look will just look beautiful with really bold lashes. So we might just do that, and we're gonna skip the eyeliner for today. I take a little bit of that cream shade and just kind of put it in here, mix with that inner corner shade that I used. So what's funny is I actually normally never try out new setting sprays on camera, but today I want to really try the NYX Dewy Finish one because I really love the dewy finish of the Stila. It's still shining through a little bit. I want to kind of enhance it. So let's see how this works. The mist is super fine. It's not like really heavy, which is nice. So I just remembered now that there is a sparkle side to this. So I'm trying to think of what to do. I can either put these sparkles on the bottom, I can put the sparkles right in the middle. I can do a sparkle liner. I think I want to just dust it on the lower lash line, so let's do that. Because I rarely ever do that actually, so I'm going to take that inner corner brush and I'm just going to like smudge it and work it around. So that is it for the eyes. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the new Maybelline liners. These are the new skinny ones. I have used them once before, so nothing new here. I'm going to put the black on the top and the brown on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on my Holy Grail mascara, the Maybelline Lash Sensational, and the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara for the bottom lashes. And I'm going to throw on a pair of lashes. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to move on to the lips. I do want to try out this new Tardis Lip Paints. I actually did get these a while ago. I picked up 2 shades, but I just picked up the newest shade. Well, not the newest shade, it came out all at once, but like the newest shade for me. I just picked up Namaste because it finally came back in stock. So these are like Tarte's liquid lipsticks, but I did test them out on my hand and I noticed that they do not dry. Like they definitely don't dry matte, which kind of sucks. To be honest, it actually really sucks. But I haven't tried them on the lips yet because I just have not had the chance. I actually got these right before I was about to move, so I haven't had the chance to even test them out on the lips. So I'm actually really excited to try them and see if I like them. I'm a little bit worried about them smudging, so hopefully they don't do that. So let's go ahead and test them out. They smell like peppermint. So these feel super smooth on the lips and I actually really like the texture, but as you can see, it's getting all over my teeth. That's one of the things I enjoy about liquid lipsticks is the fact that they don't go anywhere, they don't transfer. But I'm not digging this color at all, Namaste. So I'm gonna take TBT and kind of mix it in there and see how I like this better. Yeah, better. So I do like this color a little bit better having them mixed, and I feel like I would like this better on its own. First thing I can say is it's super slippery. It almost feels like I'm wearing a lip gloss. So I'm gonna wait about a minute or two and hopefully it dries at least a little bit and I'll come back and let you guys know. Okay, so I just checked my memory card quickly and noticed that the last bit of my video, like that last clip that I filmed, is in a total different format called DHT or something like that. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to recover it and get it to export and upload properly. If I can't, then this video is gonna kind of be missing the ending, which really sucks. So I'm just recording this bit just in case I can't recover that piece of file. I do want to kind of come in here and do a little bit of an outro because I don't want to just totally scrap the video because I think the video is really informative and I spent like 2.5 hours filming the video, so it would really suck if I scrapped the entire thing just because the ending's gone. But I'm just filming this in case the ending of the video is totally disappeared. I don't even know what happened. I don't know why the file is in a different format. I don't know if I can recover it. For the lips, I used the new Tarte Lip Paints, which I basically did not like at all. They don't dry matte, which I really hate, and they're actually very, like, they transfer a lot, so they're very slippery. I kept getting it all over my teeth. It just wasn't comfortable at all. So as you can see, I switched lip colors. I switched over to the Kylie Lip Kit liquid lipstick, and I just like it a lot better. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and enjoyed watching me play with new products on my face for the first time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll of course see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Mwah.